It's kind of crazy. As quickly as this year started, it is coming to an end. And whew, what a year it was. To think that now we're halfway through this decade already. And even though I'm turning 21 in just a few days when this is being uploaded, I'm scared and I'm stressed. I am also really, really excited. But today I want to highlight fashion. And more importantly, the moments in fashion that will be remembered and talked about by historians, and when they write their little books and their magazines and articles reflecting on 2025 as a year in fashion, these are the moments I think people will talk about. And of course, there's been a lot this year. I obviously can't really go over all of them because, like I said, there's been a lot. So if there's anyone that I missed, make sure to put it in the comment section down below. And I kind of want to get a conversation or discussion started on some of the craziest moments from this year and things that you guys will think will be remembered. Now, 2024 birthed the infamous Drake and Kendrick Lamar beef, with the two biggest rappers in the world going head to head against each other to come out as the king of rap. Who won? I mean, that's up to you. But it did bring about and make Kendrick's 2025 Super Bowl performance even more exciting and anticipated. After the lawsuits and the chaos caused, it was sure to cause controversy. And it most definitely did, without a doubt. The visuals, the storytelling, and of course the outfits were something truly outstanding and hit the high standards that we'd normally expect from Kendrick Lamar. There were so many iconic pieces in his performance, but I want to highlight a few. So first up, it is his custom Martine Rose racing jacket. Kendrick and Martine Rose have been collaborating for a few years now, and it just seems like he is meant to wear her clothes. They just get each other in terms of vibe and design language and energy. Every single time I see Kendrick in a Martine Rose outfit, I'm like, oh, it makes so much sense. But more importantly, was the piece that he wore that made men jump into their girlfriends and their sisters' closets just to get a pair. It was his Celine bootcut denim. For some reason, these just struck the world. There were so many memes and videos styling bootcut denim, and it's kind of unfortunate these didn't stick in the whole fashion zeitgeist. They were kind of a one-off moment to remember, but I think this fashion and this cultural moment are kind of interlinked, and when people think of Kendrick Lamar and his performance, they'll also think of the memes of the bootcut jeans and everything that came with it. And as it does every single year, Met Gala brings together the biggest celebrities in the world. They come together to help charity and showcase some amazing outfits while they're at it. And I think this year in particular was truly something special. The theme was Black dandyism and fine tailoring. And it really highlighted what it means to be a black dandy and these iconic people within fashion that often get looked over. I think even looking on a personal note, as a black man, it was really interesting to see this aspect of culture being interpreted by so many brands and styled in so many different ways. And of course I can make a video diving deep into every single outfit from the Met Gala. There were so many interesting ones, but to highlight a few of my favourites, we had Lewis Hamilton, Doechii, Rihanna, Thames, and Chance the Rapper. And I feel like all these guys really just embodied what it means to be a black dandy. They all had such flair and nuance in each of their outfits. And going from glam to meme to culture within itself, let's get on into the toy, the myth, the elusive item that dominated all aspects of 2025. I am talking about Labubus.
I have the one and only 24 karat gold Labubu.
These were everywhere. To the point where I don't even think they're fashion yet anymore, or even like a collector's item. They just exist within the norm. Like, I went to my corner shop several times and I would get a bar of Snickers, I went to get a Lucozade, and there were Labubus there. Huh? It is crazy. But I think as the toys of the past did like a fidget spinner, these are a toy that will mark 2025. And kind of linked to Labubus, where this everyday item kind of crosses with fashion is with the peak of man itself, the performative man. Is he gay? Is he bi? Potentially, but he's definitely performative, that is for sure. And this kind of came about as a spoof of a certain type of man. The one who doesn't dress conventionally, might not be macho, but instead loves a good matcha, from macho to matcha, and loves to read feminist literature. And I personally love this cultural and fashion moment. As I admit, I'm probably a bit performative myself. Like brunch slaps and Claro slaps, no one can deny me of those two things. And with their fashion, they were helming tote bags and armed with vintage shirts and Levi's. And I think as much as a joke that this was, I think it pushes the mainstream fashion zeitgeist forward. Menswear by people who aren't necessarily into fashion has been so rigid. And I think through this, it kind of normalized the idea that you don't have to be macho or suit wearing. Instead, you can be unique and kind of go against the status quo and still be perceived as normal, if that makes sense. And I think another one that kind of links to the idea of performative men is Japanese selvedge denim. Japanese selvedge denim is definitely a part of the performative man starter pack. And they took over the fashion world with everyone looking for their own unique pair. And it makes sense. Japanese selvedge denim is some of the best quality denim in the world. And being able to see how clothes evolve with you, especially if they're raw Japanese selvedge denim, it's so beautiful, so beautiful. It's unfortunate to see though how something so cool and special became so much of a trend and a buzzword in a sense. The amount of times I heard baggy, raw Japanese selvedge denim all over social media, I pray that these clothes don't end up in this landfill. They are definitely a sign of 2025 though, and seeing how everyone's pair ages will be so fun to see. And I think on a bit of a tidbit, Japanese selvedge denim definitely helped to bring about what people have coined the worst outfit of 2025. Now, I don't want to hate, I'm no Kendrick, maybe sometimes, but I think fashion is of course subjective, and it is kind of lame to see people hate on other people just for how they choose to dress. It's just kind of interesting though, on the other hand, to look at the kind of excessive use of micro trends or seeing people who are clearly influenced by social media fashion, because these aren't people you necessarily see in day-to-day life. But I think objectively the outfits are good and the way they style them are good. It's just interesting to see how social media and micro trends influence people's personal style. And now we dive something that is heavily rooted in high fashion this year. It's not something that's happened once or twice. It's happened so many times this year. It is insane. And it is the massive game of musical chairs that has been played this year by the high fashion brands. So many, and I mean so many designers have leapt from brand to brand this year. The ones that stand out to me are definitely Demna leaving Balenciaga. Demna essentially revitalized Balenciaga, making it the mainstream powerhouse that we know today. And he left and went to Gucci. When I seen those headlines, it was something like truly jaw-dropping to see. Another one is Jonathan Anderson, or JW Anderson, leaving Loewe to be the creative director at Dior. And this one's a really exciting one. His first collections people have loved for good reason. It's exciting to see, and I'm excited to see how he explores Dior as a brand further. And I'm happy to announce that Grace Wales Bonner has finally been given a position at a high fashion brand. She's had her own namesake label for a while and has been helping curate and create other collections at other brands. But it's kind of interesting now to see her helm her own high fashion brand at Hermes and see what she does with it. I am really excited for that one. And I think this makes the future bright for fashion. New directors mean something new in the world, and we can see all of their takes on these infamous brands. Truly, when I look to next year and I think about fashion, I am really excited. And a bit vainly, I can't wait to see how my own fashion sense evolves over the year. I personally have some pretty exciting things planned, along with, of course, this channel that I'm committed to developing and working on every single week. So guys, please make sure to subscribe I'm pretty sure 99% of you are not subscribed. You're watching the videos, but you're not subscribed. It makes no sense. We're here to talk all things fashion, culture, and lifestyle. And I can't wait to explore that with you guys in 2026. Now, of course, this isn't my last video for the year. I'm just getting this all out of my way now, so we can get into some other stuff. And of course, if you subscribe now, you can be like, I was on the wave before everybody else jumped on the wave, you know? You can be the first. If you like my videos, don't forget to follow me on social media. My socials on TikTok and Instagram are shun_t. That's SHUN_t. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you again soon. Bye!